Greetings everyone, it's the Mercenary. Welcome back to a brand new Starfield Shadow Space video. In today's video, we're actually going to be tackling on the missions that will hopefully gain our achievement. And that is these specific ones right here. This one should already count, leading up to the Scaled Citadel. So let's try and do the scientific method in the duel and see if we are not that much closer to this achievement. Okay, so let's go talk to Azad Dubas. I just butchered that name, I know I did. Oh my, he's not nearby, but luckily we do have an abandoned camp that's already explored. Oh, and I'm carrying too much. How lovely. See, we eventually got here.
Whatever this is.
Alright, Mr. Man.
Hello. Welcome to Hamadi Station. I do hope you're here about the research assistant opening. We haven't had many promising applicants.
By which he means we haven't had any applicants.
Well, yes. Thank you for the painful reminder. Oh, love of my life. I'm Azad Dubas. My wife Shireen and I are scientists. We've been quite busy lately and are greatly in need of some help. We put out a call for a research assistant, but with recent events, we haven't had much luck.
By which he means we haven't had any luck.
So, are you interested in a little field work?
Well, we are in need of some competent teamwork here, so my knowledge and expertise are at your service.
Ah, so you've some experience then. The Great Serpent has truly blessed us. My wife and I have been studying a recent and somewhat troubling phenomenon. You see, the local wildlife has been dying, and we're not sure why. The remains show no signs of external injury or trauma, so we can rule out most of the usual causes.
Fighting for dominance or territory, predators, hunters looking for sport, those sorts of things.
We began to see this phenomenon just after the accident in Dazra. We're convinced these events are linked, but the exact nature of the connection remains a mystery.
Sounds like to me you need more information.
An accurate assertion. This is where you come in. I need you to search for corpses of local wildlife and collect tissue samples. I'll give you a biosample collector that will extract and store the samples safely. Try to collect samples from different kinds of creatures. We want to cast a wide net. Return here when you've got them, and we'll begin the analysis.
I'll get started.
Off you go then, and no dragging your feet. You're on the clock as of now.
Your only research assistant. Oh, I feel so fortunate. Okay. Are these within fast traveling reaches? I'd say so. Oh, this looks exquisite. I'm hoping that maybe, just maybe, upon my discoveries, I'll come across one of the other ones I need, which is, I forget their names already, so this is not gonna make much sense. Oh, Vortex Phantom. They're similar to like that, but I forget their name. Alright, so, now that we're here, just gotta get up onto that ledge. Again. It's all about how we get there and not the most practical way. Oh, brother. Well, luckily I've got an outpost that's just not far from there. And last one. Now to return. Hi, I'm back with the tissue samples.
Welcome back. Did you have any difficulty obtaining those tissue samples?
Not at all.
I'm glad to hear it, because there's more work to do. Your arrival is well timed, some interesting new information has come to light. I'll take those tissue samples, and here's your payment. Shireen, dear, would you tell our dauntless research assistant about the latest news?
With pleasure. I hope you enjoyed your little jaunt into the field because I'll be sending you right back out there. Some of the local farmers and growth herders have reported seeing unusual plant growth in the area. What's more, none of this unusual growth was seen before the Dazra incident. It's increasingly clear the event affected the ecosystem in some way, but the details elude us.
For the study of the unusual plants is clearly in order.
My thinking exactly. You really are cut out for this kind of work. Based on our information, these unusual new strains aren't limited to a specific area. As such, we want to examine samples that come from several different locations. In short, the more data you can provide, the better.
Observe, analyze, hypothesize, and prove. These are the tenets of the scientific method. Without them, we're just fumbling in the dark.
Yes, thank you, dear. You'll have to forgive my husband. He's never fully recovered from his days as a teacher.
There's nothing wrong with being enthusiastic about your field.
Agreed. I've always felt sorry for those who can't find work they truly love. The days must feel like sheer drudgery. We'll get to work studying the animal tissue. Now go forth and travel safely.
Wow, that one line from her hit me personally. Because what I know and do is a niche at most. And unless I know where to go and how to employ my skills,
This
ain't no
almost
work coming to
seems
it, brother.
better suited.
Okay, so our first sample out of many vast distance other ones. And also, I gotta discover like 50 locations, so whatever locations here that aren't fully discovered, that I think I need to do, that could be part of this progress too. So, unfortunately, where I need to go is nowhere. This is probably the closest to where I need to go next. Okay. I'm pretty sure there'll be a bell ring in my head about what that name is if I look at some of the enemies, but right now. Okay, so that's done for that location. Okay, we are this much closer to finding out if I have to go back or not. Okay, so far so good. Hi fellas, I'm here. How'd it go with the research? I mean, you ought to know, I'm bringing them to you.
Ah, our roving research assistant returns. I know we've asked you to travel far and wide. Hopefully it wasn't too much trouble.
There was no trouble at all.
Good. It seems that things have been going smoothly so far. Perhaps it's a sign that the Great Serpent favors our work. Here's the payment for those plant samples. I have good news. We've got a strong working theory about what's killing the local wildlife. The tissue samples you can poisoning as the likely cause of death.
Then the mystery is solved?
Hardly. We've only scratched the surface. We need to find out how and why this phenomenon is happening. The evidence suggests that some force is acting on the ecosystem, changing it somehow. We don't yet have the complete picture, but there is one tool left to us. Would you care to explain, my dear?
With pleasure. To aid in our monitoring of local conditions, we designed a multi-function sensor suite. The device records data for weather, atmospheric pressure, radiation,
airborne particulates, seismic disturbances, gravitic fluctuations.
Could we please move on?
Oh, well, yes, of course.
Damn, Andreja.
We placed several of these sensors throughout the area. Each device can upload its data to a slate for comparison and analysis.
Damn, girl. I mean, I know you're inside my head, but when you actually project those thoughts, damn. You can monitor all that stuff with a single device? That's incredible.
It's just a collection of devices fused together and running on a single power source. It's more a feat of improvisation than engineering, really. Here, take this. Transfer the data from each of the sensors and then bring the slate back to me. In the meantime, we'll see what we can learn about these unusual plant specimens. We'll solve this riddle yet.
Well, I've known her for her blunt personality. Look at this. Are you kidding me? Okay, so one out of many here to go. Okay, next. Ah, that didn't take so long now, did it? Yeah, that didn't take long. Next. Ooh, so gloomy red. Alright. Last but not least. Alright, we got all linked data all confirmed. Now let's head back over there. Alright, you guys, what's up?
Oh, welcome back. Time to see if our sensors can peel back another layer of the mystery. Did you notice anything unusual in the environmental data?
I didn't really understand it.
Not to worry. Your task was to collect the data, not interpret it. I was just asking out of curiosity, really. Now, let's have a look, shall we? Seems mundane enough. Oh, now wait just a moment. As I suspected, the sensors simultaneously recorded a single event that produced very unusual impacts. This is our best glimpse yet into the Dazra accident and how it affected the surrounding environs. How interesting. The chronometer seemed to have gone haywire in all four of the devices. Even gravity itself seems to have been briefly altered. Remarkable.
Sounds like the laws of space and time were affected.
A rudimentary summation, perhaps, but not without merit. Your payment as promised. Now, I'm sure you're wondering what we've learned from the plant tissue samples you brought back.
As a matter of fact, I was.
I thought you might say that. So, it seems that a certain local species of flora has suddenly become extremely toxic. These biochemical changes occurred with incredible speed. Notably, the first sightings of these toxic variants coincide with the incident in Dazra. I'm just not sure how the strange effects of the vortex could cause plants to mutate so rapidly.
By triggering a defensive response. Countless species of fauna have evolved to develop active mechanisms. Poisonous toxins are among the most common such adaptations.
That's true, but those adaptations evolved over generations across long spans of time. These seem to have appeared in a matter of mere days. That shouldn't be possible.
And yet, The sensors documented fluctuations in the very fabric of space and time. Who's to say what's impossible when the fundamental laws that govern our reality are altered?
The toxic plants have to be destroyed.
If all else fails, then you might be right. Hopefully we can find a more benign solution.
Shireen, do you remember that experimental compound you were developing?
The one designed biochemistry? Huh. Interesting thought. I'd been theorizing about ways to create edible strains of local flora. It's possible I could alter the formula to neutralize the toxins in the affected species.
There is, however, a not insignificant complication.
I knew you were going to say that.
The experimental compound is locked away in cold storage at the botanical facility. I was growing strains of fungus and mushroom there for medicinal use, but we were attacked. A group of pirates called the Crimson Fleet took over the place, forcing us to leave. Pirates. Here, on Varun Kai. I could scarcely believe it.
I've dealt with worse, so it won't be a problem.
Then we'll leave the matter in your capable hands. Go with the Serpent's blessing. We'll be waiting for you here.
Alright. Well, with that very extensive dialogue out of the way, we have some Crimson Fleet to go clear out. Alright, you guys. Time to come out of hiding. Ooh,
Once again,
I could not have felt
we
good.
are triumphant.
Anyway, we got ourselves some Crimson Fleet to deal with, so we shall not shy away from that too much. I just want to make sure I get enough health. Nothing too eerie about this
I
at
do
all.
not have the patience for dealing with pirates right now.
Tell me about it. Gosh, I know. Us. Uh-oh, well then, don't get hit. Uh-oh. You got spotted already? Damn, that was quick. Okay, we're getting closer now. So to speak. Well, that key always looks handy. Ain't no surprises behind you, right? I sure hope not. Alright then. Okay, all that for just a tiny little container? Are you serious? Wow.
I knew I'd find you. I told you to keep your head down.
Ah, feels good to breathe fresh air again, I tell you what.
Well, look who's back. And still in one piece, no less.
I got your experimental compound. Can't believe it came in that tiny little jar.
Have you now? Well, bravo then. When Azad first suggested taking on an assistant, I'll admit that I had my doubts. I'm happy to say that you've laid them all to rest. Here you are. Payment as promised. Did you hear that, love? Our courageous research assistant has delivered yet again.
I never had a shred of doubt. Nothing inspires courage and perseverance like the pursuit of knowledge, I always say.
That is quite literally the first time I've ever heard you say that.
Well, I certainly always think it.
Yet, of course you do.
I guess you got some work ahead of you.
Indeed we do. Thanks to you, we not only have the answer to our little mystery, but a path to resolving it. Here's a little something extra for a job well done. Best of luck in your future scientific endeavors.
Oh wow.
The
Okay.
Great Seal smiles upon those who protect his creations, be they plant, beast.
Okay, so no pop-up just yet. That means we get that other quest to do, and then I'm pretty sure we'll be on our way to that achievement. So, as extensive as that journey has been, and this quest has been as a whole, I think it's time to wrap it up here for now, fellas. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. Feel free to give it a like or a dislike, whichever you feel today's video deserved, and get yourself subscribed with that post notification bell so you never miss out on a single video. So until next time, have yourselves a great day. Peace.